What's up, guys? Welcome to Minecraft Economics. Today's discussion will be about the characteristics of perfect competition and how this market reacts to three different changes. In this case, the perfectly competitive market is hot dog vendors. I know in the real world, food vendors are generally examples of monopolistic competition, but hot dog vendors in areas like New York City advertise for themselves. They sell identical products that are generally low barriers of entry, and the vendors are price takers. The main supply for these hot dog vendors is pork, and while in general, perfectly competitive markets are huge with over thousands of sellers selling identical goods, for the sake of simplicity, we'll have three sellers: Matt, Jack, and Brian, representing the thousands of sellers who all sell identical hot dogs in the market. For each scenario, assume the market is in equilibrium before the events of the scenario happen. Our first scenario occurs after a freak accident destroys much of the present pork supply, crippling our vendors' ability to make hot dogs. The so-called bacon bombings decrease the supply of the hot dogs available, as shown in the industry graph. As a result of the dwindling supply, the price of hot dogs increased significantly. For the individual firm graph, one can see that it's showing the increase in price increases the profits of the individual firms. So how, in the long run, will the market respond to this increase in price? With the new price of $4 per hot dog and the profits that come with higher prices, more suppliers join the market until the supply recovers, and in the long run, price reverses to its original equilibrium price. For the individual firm, this means that they will no longer have an economic profit, but will revert to an economic normal profit, meaning that there is no other better option for them to spend their resources on. The second scenario starts when the FDA, the Food and Potions Administration, releases a study showing the link between hot dog consumption and the odds of suffering zombie attacks. As a result, many people cease buying hot dogs and the industry demand for them decreases significantly. How does this change in demand affect the supply and price of the hot dog market? With less and less people purchasing hot dogs, the decrease in demand, as shown on the graph, causes the price of hot dogs to drop. If we look at the graph of an individual firm, we can see that they're working at a loss, and as a result, sellers like Jack leave the market to enter more profitable ones. Jack left the market to start his Miss Israel-related pizzeria, the Pizzeria. Without Jack's hot dogs, the new demand will be able to reach equilibrium with a leftward shifted supply curve, and for the individuals remaining in the business, they will no longer be working at a loss. A mad scientist and pig lover, Dr. Sheen, creates a serum that allows pigs to grow 10 times faster and become incredibly fat. The suppliers are now able to get more pigs in a shorter amount of time. As a result, the supply curve for the industry increases, which results in a lower market price. Unfortunately for Jack, prices of hot dogs drop below his ABC curve. In the short run, how should Jack respond to maximizing his profit? He should shut down immediately, since it would be much more detrimental to produce hot dogs compared to if he shut down altogether. If he shuts down, he would only lose the amount equal to his fixed cost. However, if Jack were to continue producing, he would lose the amount of his fixed costs in addition to the amount he is spending to produce hot dogs. In this instance, it would be intelligent for Jack to minimize his losses and close his shop. Please like and subscribe and show me to your friends by sharing me on social media like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Yeah, thanks guys. Have a good day.